Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those who don't know me, my name is Joy. For those who do know me, welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking everything postpartum, from recovery, self-care, just everything, and life after childbirth. So before I get into the video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Anyways, so I am now 6 month postpartum. Yes, it's been a hectic ride, but I just wanted to kind of like reflect on, things that I've enjoyed, some challenges that I've dealt with during this period, what I've done to kind of like, take care of my mental health, my physical health. Again, body image after having a baby, like a lot of things change, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally. You have a whole human being now, I do. All right, so firstly, I feel like after having my daughter, I didn't really, guys, I was not prepared for postpartum. Like, I genuinely, all I knew was I was not going to be a victim of postpartum depression. Like, I rebuked that. I said no, immediately no. Also, I do know that a lot of people, a lot of women can have resentment for their partners, because obviously your life changes so much while they are able to continue their life. But I feel like for me personally, I didn't really struggle with that, because I know that I have my role as a woman and he has his role as a man. So I literally was like, no, it's kind of unfair for me to resent him for something that, it's just nature, it's just how it has happened. It's not like he willingly chose to be a man and I chose to be a woman. Like, it's just something that we found ourselves in. And I immediately knew that I personally was gonna have to deal with this in a different light. But like I said, I'm really trying to practice grace. But yes, so after having the baby, I think a tip that I could give to women would be for the visitors to kind of, wait a little. I don't know. Me personally, I really did enjoy my time. Like, everyone was very respectful and they were like, we just want to wait for you to recover and then we'll come see the baby. So I think those first 2 weeks are very important for you and your partner to just really process what just happened. And you guys have a new member in the family. So what really helped me was the fact that I don't know, I got to experience it by ourselves. And then after the 2 weeks, then I went to my mom's house for support. But I really did enjoy those first 2 weeks, just us three, just getting comfortable with one another, getting used to this new change. Okay, so one of the things that I personally dealt with postpartum that no one talks about are these intrusive thoughts. Guys, can anyone else relate? Because that's why I literally I cannot be separate from my baby. Like, we have to be in the same household at all times, because I'm just always thinking of the worst. Like, it could be something small as me wanting to go get my nails done. Like, my husband literally has to come with the baby, because I just feel like, what if something bad happens to me on the way? And it's like, where was she going to get her nails done? Like, nothing seems reasonable for me to leave my child. So that is one thing that I didn't know was normal, because every time I'm doing something, like, I could be doing something small as like driving, and I'm just thinking, oh, God forbid someone hits us or something. Like, I have to be a lot more careful about everything that I do, because I'm just dealing with these intrusive thoughts that, yes, that something could go wrong or something could happen to the baby. You have to consistently check if they're breathing. It was definitely a lot worse in the beginning, because, guys, the child is fully dependent on you. So I'm like, is she breathing? Is she okay? Is she this? Is she that? Even if she's sleeping, I have to come back and check. But obviously, like, as the days go by, I'm learning to be a lot more calm about everything and, know that she's okay. But I still I can't be separate from her. Like, every time that you guys see me, just know that my child is somewhere around. Like, right now, she's just upstairs. So that is something that I'm just like, I don't know when I'll be comfortable to like leave her anywhere. I just feel like it's still too early, she's still too young. But as long as I'm still dealing with those thoughts, I just don't think I can relax being separate from my child. Like I feel like that's something that I'm just like, oh gosh, like no one told me about this. Like sometimes you see, you know, mothers, they give birth and they're already gone back to work, or they're already you know, going out. But for me personally, everything, like every time that you guys see me at a restaurant, just know my child is right there. Like we're like this. But yeah, so that's one thing that I wasn't prepared for postpartum. It can be a little bit challenging, guys, because every single time you're just thinking something could go wrong either with you, like something could happen to you, or something could happen to the child, and that can be mentally exhausting. And I'm just trying to kind of like, you know, do like this, just become a little bit more calm. Yeah, so another thing that I personally was not prepared for after having a child is the phantom cries. So when you have a child, you can hear their cries when they're not really crying. Did you know that? I had no idea. And guys, it was so scary the first time I experienced it. I was just going to have a shower. This was like after having the baby, and I would like hear a baby crying, and I'll just like stop the shower, and I'll be like, oh, no one's crying. Keep showering, hear the baby cry, stop the shower. So that was something that I literally had to Google it, and I'm like, I feel like I'm going crazy because I'm like, oh, I can hear my baby crying when she's not crying. And then they're like, oh, it's called phantom cries. It's all in your head. God, I literally was so scared the first time, and it wasn't just in the shower. It literally, if she's sleeping somewhere, I'm just like, I can hear my baby crying. But she wasn't, like she's at peace. And then I made a story time about how I literally fell in the pool because I was like relaxing. My husband was watching our baby, but I was like relaxing in the pool, and I was sitting on like a floaty. I'm just like sleeping, and I was like, I'm a little bit too relaxed. I feel too calm. So I could hear baby cries, and I literally jumped because that's literally how I react. When I hear the baby cry, I rush. So I fell in the pool. And then just to find out that she was actually asleep and she wasn't crying. So all of that was just in my head. But yeah, so once you have a child, like you literally can hear them crying even when they're not crying. They're never crying when you hear those cries. Otherwise you can just hear a normal cry. But that was something that I was not prepared for, and it can be just a little bit irritating. But I heard that apparently it doesn't go away anytime soon. I said, sorry, ma'am. But yeah, so that is something that I wish somebody would have told me about, you know? Like, literally, guys, no one says any of these things. But if you just had a baby and you can hear cries when you're in the shower, when she's sleeping, you're not crazy and you're not alone. It's something that happens. It's called phantom cries. So yeah, guys, now you know. Now you know. Okay, now something that I did enjoy postpartum, spending quality time with my baby. Like that was literally I'm saying was as if I don't to this day. It's amazing. It's a beautiful feeling. I feel like only parents can understand the love of a child. So feeling those guys, somebody said that it's weird that mothers call their kids their best friends because they're babies and they've only been here for like a short amount of time. But that little girl is my best friend. She is. She's literally, because who else do you spend 24 hours of your day with? Especially with her. We don't separate. Like, we don't separate. But she is my best friend, right? And you just love them and they love you. Like, she's always happy to see me. I love that she's quiet when she's in my arms. She is my best friend. So that is definitely something that I do enjoy. But another challenge, because I feel like, guys, there's just so many things that you can't physically prepare for. Like I said, this is something that you have to experience it to fully know what it feels like. Because like my mom had young babies when I was like, what, 17? But I don't remember anything, and it's not the same, right? It's not the same. I had no idea that she would wake up in the middle of the night to make them a bottle. Like, I was fast asleep, baby. I was enjoying my sleep. But those are the things that, you know, you'll only have to be in that position to know what it actually feels like to. I'm telling you, no matter how many siblings you have, no matter how much experience you think you have, like, yes, I think all experience is better than no experience. But even if you have no experience, zero, if you've never been in a position to look after a child, once you have your own, you're gonna become a pro. It's just one of those things you just learn as you go. But also I always think about how like it's just it's in our nature. Like we just know what to do. There's no amount of training, no amount of anything you can do to prepare you for this until you yourself have your own child. Like that's the only time, and you are gonna know what to do when it's time. Because I feel like some people look at me and they're like, how are you doing this? I'm like, babe, I feel like I don't even know what I'm doing half the time. But it's natural, and no one knows your child more than you. Not even your mom, not even the doctors. No, you and your child are the closest people. You know your child more. So keep that in mind and know that it comes as it goes. It just comes naturally, because I can't say that I've done any training or anything. No, even every day, because there's a new stage as well. Like right now, Elora started crawling. She's currently teething. It's very beautiful, because I always used to think that I would always miss the newborn stage, like, and be emotional. But guys, every stage is just as exciting. Like every single stage. Can you imagine, like, she's crawling? So when you see her reach all these new milestones, it's just amazing to see, because there's always something to look forward to. Whereas I used to think that I would just always be crying over the little baby photos, which my husband and I literally did. Like, we're just like, she's growing so much. Like, where does the time literally go? And sometimes you can't see how much someone's grown when you spend 24 hours with them. It's usually the people who don't see her as often that are like, oh, wow, she's so much bigger than the last time I saw her. But it's, glory to God for all the milestones that she's reaching. But yeah, guys, so I genuinely was not prepared for, like, let me not say I was not prepared for a lot of things, because like I said, if I've never been in this situation, I was never gonna know what to do. Like, you can hear as many stories as you like, but it's not until you're in it to know. And every single experience is different, every single child is different. But things like body image after having a baby, I personally feel like, so I put on 10 kg after having a baby, but I was in a different mindset. I was just like, it's a little bit selfish for me to be thinking about my body when I have to think about somebody else, you know? So I was kind of like, let me not focus on things that don't matter right now. What matters is looking after this child and making sure that she is well, she is healthy, and she is reaching new milestones literally every single month. But I feel like as mothers, like, we can't blame ourselves for mourning the body that we had. But I just feel like when you see your child, you're just like, oh, it's all worth it. Like, it is worth it. It's okay. I can put on a little bit of pounds. And when you're breastfeeding as well, you eat like a pig. Like, you literally, guys, you're hungry 24/7, because you're feeding 24/7. So it's like, but in terms of self-care, I feel like when you become a mom, you almost feel like it's selfish to worry about yourself, because your focus shifts to the baby, and all you care about is your child and their needs, and everything. And they're very needy, guys. They need you to survive. But what I would advise moms, like new moms, or even guys, even if you're a lot older, it's okay to take care of yourself as well. And I think if the mother is not happy, if she is not well taken care of, she's going to struggle to take care of the baby. I always say that. I always say you have to take care of yourself first to be able to take care of the baby. And it seems so selfish, but I think that is the best way to do it, because if you don't take care of yourself, how are you going to take care of your child? You can't. It's literally so hard. So I think it's important to overcome the guilt of asking for help, because I know a lot of moms do feel, including myself as well, sometimes you feel guilty asking someone else to hold the baby, and then when they're crying, it just doesn't feel good. You feel like, okay, I have to bear those burdens, I have to be the one to be holding the baby when she's crying. But you have to remember that you have to take care of yourself first, literally. And I feel like no one's going to tell you that, but I genuinely believe that that's the way it should be. You take care of yourself so you can take care of your child, etc. Self-care definitely looks very different for a lot of people, but for me, it was literally just having time to myself to do what I love. If it means doing my own makeup in peace by myself, like, because when you're with someone literally 24/7, sometimes you just want alone time, right? And for some moms, it's, I don't know, just think of things that you used to enjoy doing, before becoming a mom, and maybe visit those or look for new things to do outside of being a mom. Getting your nails done, getting your hair done, taking care of yourself. Like, I literally said to myself, I said, I'm not gonna lose myself because I'm having a child. Like, heck no. Like, and I don't. You know, we're still glowing, we're still doing our thing. Just because you're a mom doesn't mean you have to lose yourself, doesn't mean you have to look like your struggles. Like, it's okay to take care of yourself. Like, sometimes I just enjoy, if it means getting ready by myself in peace without having to worry about someone, as long as she's fed, she's dressed, pass her on to your partner or whoever else is in the house if you have that privilege, and just have some time to yourself. Like that, for me, it could even be 30 minutes to myself, uninterrupted, just some alone time. Sometimes to do nothing at all, but just to be by myself. That is enough for me to recharge and then get back out there and hold the baby and take care of things, you know? Because I feel like, you know, as women, we have so many things that need us. It's not just the child, it's the house duties, it's your partner, it's literally everything. But don't forget to take care of yourself. Yeah. Don't forget to be kind to yourself. Like, this is literally one of the most challenging experiences. It's something new, it's something you've never dealt with before. And whilst you're adjusting yourself, like, remember to be kind to yourself, because it's not easy. Nobody ever said this stuff was easy. Like, you're doing a good job as long as you're taking care of yourself and your child. You're doing a good job. Like, don't forget to give credit to yourself, because it's not easy, guys. Like, this stuff is not easy. And for me personally, like, I'm literally dealing with no sleep, and we know how important sleep is for the body. It is for you to function. So when you're not getting something that is very important, something that we need, you can imagine how difficult it can be, and the toll that it has on your emotions. There are times where I feel overwhelmed, times where you feel like you're not doing a good enough job, sometimes where it's just, guys, it can get too much, especially when the child, because they can't speak, they can't just tell you, they can't communicate, and the only way they communicate is through tears, guys. I literally feel like the only sound I can tolerate is my child's cry. Like, anything beyond that, I don't have enough energy for. I physically can't. Like, I can't even bear the noise of other kids or animals and things. I'm just like, I've only got space for that girl's cries, and that's my limit. Like, that's about it. And that is normal. Like, that is normal, because you hear that 24/7. But yeah, like, to be honest, like, I am very grateful for this experience. I feel like it's definitely taught me a lot, and it's making me a better person in all aspects of my life. Like, it's teaching me patience, right? Like, I saw this, I said, if I asked God for patience and he gave me a child, like, it's teaching me to be patient, it's teaching me to be kind to myself, to others, it's teaching me to be more graceful. It's, I don't know, it's teaching me to set a lot of boundaries. I feel like, you know, when you become a mom, you just can't live life the way you used to anymore. Like, it's just, there's just so much knowledge that comes with becoming a parent. Like, you gain so much, and I feel like your eyes are opened to a lot of things. I'm just like, oh my goodness. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Bye.